What a win. The Saints victorious in Atlanta, 27-26 over the Falcons. Wil Lutz, Mr. Clutch. Man, did we miss that guy last year, knocking in a 51-yard field goal to win it with 19 seconds left. And the Saints, after being down 26-10 early in the fourth quarter, cap off an improbable comeback, winning in week 1, 27-16 over their arch rival Atlanta Falcons. Jameis, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns. Taysom, 4 carries, 81 yards, and a TD. Jarvis Landry looked phenomenal in the Saints' debut. 7 receptions, 114 yards, also 2 touchdowns for Michael Thomas in his return to the Saints. And look, I understand, it was an ugly win, but it's a win. And you look at what happened in the fourth quarter. I thought the game was over when the Falcons went up 26-10. But you got to give Dennis Allen, new head coach, Jameis Winston, everyone who was a part of this comeback, a lot of credit. They get out of Atlanta with the win, which is very, very significant. You never want to lose to Atlanta, number one. You also never want to start the season 0-1. Saints 1-0 after a 1-point victory over the Dirty Birds. And folks, this is why you should subscribe, because we're bringing this to you moments after the win. We're beginning you guys post-game reaction videos, news and rumors videos almost every single day. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button. Let's get y'all some takeaways here. Jameis looked great at the end. Kind of struggled at times in the first 3 quarters, but when he needed to get the job done, he did. He was under heavy duress really the entire game, but in the fourth quarter, he really stepped up. Here were the final stats. 23 of 34, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns. This guy's a gamer, man. But the question is, was he a little bit shaken up at times? Of course, he was coming off of the gruesome knee injury that he suffered in Week 7. He went to the injury tent, came out shortly thereafter. But you got to give Jameis a lot of credit, man. The guy grinded through what was a pretty tough game. Now, grade the Saints' performance down below. Type A, B, C, D, or F. Also, go down. Give me your one-word reaction to the win. How are you feeling after that amazing game that we just witnessed? Go down. Give me your one-word reaction. Offensive line clearly needs some work, and that was certainly a question mark coming into this one with pinning out, with her starting. Offensive line is going to need some time to develop into their full potential here. Taking a look at the Falcons' defense, what they did. 4 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 5 of 13 on third downs, 2 takeaways for Atlanta's defense tonight. They were very dominant in the first 3 quarters, and the Saints' offense in the fourth quarter, it took a little bit too long, but they finally got rolling later in the fourth quarter to come back and win this football game. As we bring in producer Trace, because we're in a new studio, we don't have a webcam set up for Trace, but obviously I want to get your thoughts, Trace, on kind of what went down in this game this afternoon.
All right, so first of all, I want to say there's 3 things inevitable with watching Saints games. Death, or life in general. Death, taxes, and Saints games being stressful. I'm so stressed, and I'm just so scatterbrained, I can't even think straight. What the hell did I just watch? That was a nightmare of a performance in the first half. I loved what I saw in the last 7-8 minutes. That was incredible. I mean, shout out Clutch Lutz.
Lutz.
Yeah, hey, shout out for that nice field goal to win, but man, you got to nail that one early in the game so we're not in that situation. But hey, here's the thing. Like you said earlier, we were down 26-10 with 12 minutes and 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That is a very nice comeback for Jameis Winston, for Dennis Allen, and for this new regime and this new team. I'm really, really excited to see what they have next week, and I really want to see more from this team. Tyrann Mathieu, shout out to him for getting that. He was actually the one who blocked the field goal on the field goal attempt that the Falcons had at the very end of the game because they had a penalty that allowed them to get a field goal attempt. But I was very pleased with the last 5 minutes of it, or the last 10 minutes of it, but everything outside of that, what the hell? Where was the offensive line? Where was the defensive pressure? Why was Marcus Maye and Cordell Patterson to be able to do everything that they were able to do? It was just, it was frustrating, but I'm really, really happy with the win. I'm really glad that we came out of Atlanta with a W.
That would have stung. A Week 1 loss to a team that's really not even that good.
Exactly.
Not to mention they're big rivals.
The big thing is I would have been okay with a performance like this against any other team. But the fact that it's the Falcons, I'm annoyed and I'm frustrated about it. But I'm going to have me a nice bowl of W's for dinner, so I'll be all right.
Eat that W. You know what we're saying. Obviously, when you look at the offensive line, certainly needs some work. I want you all to go down to the comment section, grade the offensive line, type A, B, C, D, or F down in the comment section. go down and grade the Saints' offensive line. The defense tonight wasn't great, which was surprising. Defense is certainly a strength on the Saints team. They were not great tonight. As we take another look at what the Falcons' defense here did. 4 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 3-13 on third downs, 2 takeaways. Here's what Marcus Mariota did. I mean, he looked decent, better than I expected. 20 of 33, 215 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, also 72 rushing yards. He's decent. Got to give him credit. Saints ultimately, though, win the game. Cordell Patterson did this, 22 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown. He was very tough to stop tonight. Saints certainly struggled against him. Who's your Week 1 MVP? Is it Wil Lutz? Is it Jameis Winston? Is it Tyrann Mathieu? Is it Jarvis Landry? Is it Michael Thomas? Couple tutties from MT. Go down in the comment section. Who's your Week 1 MVP? You can also go bet on future Saints games at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125. That means if you put $100 in, you can get $125 additional cash to bet with. Chatsports.com/bet. That's the link. Go and take advantage of that great deal. Welcome back, MT. As we've said, 2 touchdowns today for Michael Thomas. That was great to see. 5 receptions, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns for Thomas in his return. We didn't know if he was going to play. We didn't know for sure if he was going to play, but he ultimately plays and plays well. It was big for this football team tonight, as well as Jarvis Landry. LSU boy coming home in his first game as a Saint. 7 receptions, 114 yards. Really excited to have Jarvis on this football team. And, of course, thank you, Clutch Lutz. Wil Lutz, man, we missed you last year, but you came in clutch. We needed you. 51-yard field goal, 19 seconds left. There was no doubt in my mind when he stepped up to kick that field goal, he was going to hit it through the uprights, put the Saints up 27-26. Saints ultimately win the game by 1 point, hanging on in Atlanta. Again, Jameis, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns. Taysom was good as well tonight. He had a touchdown. Certainly a lot, though, that the Saints team needs to improve on going forward. But a win is a win, especially in the National Football League and especially against a rival like the Atlanta Falcons, and also especially you're down 26-10. You come back and win the football game. Grade the Saints' performance against the Dirty Birds. Scale it 1 to 100. For me, I would say 78. Fourth quarter, it was 100. Rest of the game, not so much. Trace, what do you think?
I would have to kind of be on the same page with you, man. I would say overall a 74. I'm not going to quite give it 75. I'm going to say 74. First half was, I'm not even going to grade it because I don't want to act like it existed, but I will say everything outside of the fourth quarter was just like a 40, and then the last 10 minutes, solid 85, 90. I mean, I was, thank God we won.
Just deep sigh of relief, like deep breath here. The Saints escaped. It was not pretty. Go down and subscribe to the channel. 27-26. Who Dat Nation, stand up. Go down in the comment section. Let me know how you're feeling about this dub.